And the Rockets' red glare, the bombs burst. Give me that. I can't even finish the goddamn national anthem and teams already turning the football over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nugget Studios for week 3 of your 2019 AAF game highlight commentary. We'd begin in San Diego, where the Dodge dealership doesn't sell any Chargers, as Logan Woodside would go deep to Mikhail McKay, and he'd score a 47-yard touchdown for the San Antonio Commanders. They would then take out their Uno cards and tell the San Diego Fleet 2 for your mistakes, as Logan Woodside would connect with Evan Rodriguez as they take an 8-0 lead. The Orlando Apollos in the hemorrhoid stool colored zone. Rosetta Stone, no anal tonight, motherfucker, as Ernest Johnson would run it into the end zone as the Orlando Apollos would take a 6-0 lead. But here comes Memphis, baby. Kristen Hackenberg takes the snap. He's got a man. But he plays for the other team. The pass is intercepted by Keith Reeser. Taylor Berkelett would line up for a 53-yard field goal for the Salt Lake Stallions. He kicks it through the uprights, and it's good as they take a 3-0 lead over Arizona. Elliott Fry would line up for a 31-yard field goal to give Orlando a 9-0 lead over Memphis. Back to San Diego we go. Logan Woodside takes the snap for the Commanders. Hey, your phone is dying. I know, we don't have any charges. He's going deep. He's got a man. But he plays for the other team. The pass is intercepted by Jordan Martin. Here comes Atlanta, baby, doing Atlanta things. Matt Sims rolling towards his right. He's got a 2-on-1 situation, but the pass is incomplete. The Fleet would capitalize on the interception from Jordan Martin as Nelson Spruce would catch a touchdown from Philip Nelson. That's a lot of Nelsons. In the back of the end zone for the Fleet touchdown to cut their deficit to 2. The Arizona Hotshots would line up for a 45-yard field goal, and Nick Folk, he missed another kick. Nick Folk missed another kick. Nick Folk! I would rather cosplay as a 16-year-old girl in a jail cell with R. Kelly than have you as my kicker, you goddamn bum. Put your motherfucking head back down. Josh Jasper would line up for a 41-yard field goal, but watch out for that Pidgeotto. The kick is wide left. It's no good. You want to know why? Because Nick Folk is missing kicks in the AAF. He's contaminating the kickers. He's spreading the missed kicks the same way rats was spreading the Black Plague in Europe. Nick Folk, put your motherfucking head back down, you goddamn bum. Hey, how did R. Kelly get in jail? I heard he was sleeping with Young Hoes. As Young Hoku would kick it through the uprights, it's good. Atlanta takes a 3-0 lead. And for the third consecutive week in a row, Atlanta would strike blood first over their opponent. Might as well call the game right now. This is Atlanta. You know they're not gonna blow the lead. Out to Utah, where the townspeople ejaculate into their lakes. Josh Woodrum takes the snap, got a man over the middle. Get your bitch ass off of me! As DeMornay Pearson goes into the end zone from 25 yards out as the Salt Lake Stallions take a 9-0 lead. Here comes San Antonio, baby. Logan Woodside looking right. The pass is intercepted by A.J. Tarpley, headed to McDonald's. Can I get a McPick-6? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. San Diego takes the lead in this bitch. Terrell Watson would then take out his Uno cards and tell the San Antonio Commanders 2 for your mistakes, as San Diego would take a 6-point lead. NFL reject Nick Novak would line up for a 40-yard field goal for the Birmingham Iron. He kicks it through the uprights, and it's good. Here come the Memphis Express, baby. Kristen Hackenberg rolling towards his right. He's got a man. But he plays for the other team. The pass is intercepted by Terrence Garvin. He's going to return it all the way back to the 50-yard line. One quick look at what Mike Singletary thinks about his quarterback.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Bum-ass Nick Folk lines up for a 48-yard field goal. He kicks it through the upright. Wait, it went through the... It's good? Oh, wow. Well, this is some sort of voodoo at work here, because we know this man can't kick. The Birmingham Iron in the red robin colored zone. Rosetta Stone, yum. Trent Richardson would activate his dreadlock powers, go into the end zone as Birmingham would take the lead. It's time for some deja vu, cause get connected for free with the Nelson connection. Get connected for free. Philip Nelson, Nelson Spruce, San Diego's TD. Terrell Watson not even taking out the Uno cards now. He done pulled out the Dos cards and told the Commanders 2 for your mistakes. Can you believe those are real cards? I had no clue. Hey, tell the bouncer to start checking IDs, because we've got some underage harlots in here. Goddamn Young Hoes. As Young Hoku would kick it through the uprights and cut Atlanta's deficit to 6. Arizona would open their Bibles to second dreadlock, 6 versus 22. The best scene in Avengers Infinity War was the arrival of Thor. Trusting the power of dreadlocks, you'll find the end zone 3 consecutive weeks for the score. As John Wolford would find Rashard Ross in the end zone for the 1-yard score. But on the first play of the second half, give me that. John Wolford's pass is intercepted by Greer Martini, and he's going to return it to the 6-yard line. Then the city that likes salt in their lakes would find their way into the end zone as Brandon Oliver would punch it in for a 1-yard score. You know, Atlanta once had a lead in the Super Bowl. It slipped right through their fingers. It's like they had butterfingers. They fumbled on the place, recovered by the Birmingham Iron. Mike Singletary would send Christian Hackenberg to the bench, send in Zach Mettenberg, and he'd find Devin Lucien for a 30-yard Memphis Express touchdown. The Birmingham Iron line up for a 27-yard field goal. It's through the uprights. It's good. You know, childbirth isn't the only time Alabama people pull out of their mom. Back to San Diego, where all electronics operate on batteries. Jaquan Garner gets the handoff. Get your bitch ass over me, and here we go. He's off to the races, running away from the Commanders' defense the same way Jussie Smollett runs away from the truth. He'd go into the end zone for an 83-yard touchdown. Back to America's Peninsula we go. Garrett Gilbert takes the snap, rolling towards his right for the Orlando Apollos. He'd rainbow a ball into the end zone, and just look at the 10 toes down submission from Ronnell Hall on a 37-yard touchdown. Taylor Berkelett lines up for a 39-yard field goal. Evidently, he's still participating in the Cody Parkey Challenge. You ever went to the dentist and they told you had a cavity and you had to give up your sweets? I just bought a brand new batch of Butterfingers! San Diego fumbles on the place, recovered by San Antonio. And they turned the turnover into points as Nick Rose would kick a 23-yard field goal through the uprights, and it's good. Nick Folk would line up for a 35-yard field goal, and it's obviously good. It went through the uprights again? Is this some sort of genjutsu? Birmingham inside the 1-yard line again. Trent Richardson activating his dreadlock powers. He'd go into the end zone as Birmingham would extend their lead. You thought people from Alabama wasn't sleeping with their family members? 2 for your mistakes as Trent Richardson would activate his dreadlock powers again, go into the end zone to give Birmingham a 20-6 lead. Donnie Hagman would remain perfect as he'd line up for a field goal, kick it through the uprights, and it's good as the San Diego Fleet would cruise to a victory. Josh Jasper from 27 yards out would kick it through the uprights. It's good to cut the Memphis deficit to 6. Here comes Birmingham, baby. Luis Perez looking left. He's got a man. But he plays for the other team. The pass is intercepted by Carlos Merritt. Atlanta has life. But on 4th and 15, Matt Sims takes the snap. Oh, no. He's sacked by Jeremy Folk. 3rd and 4, Garrett Gilbert takes the snap, dials up voicemail. He calls his own number. I didn't even see Hitmontop use rapid spin. He'd go into the end zone and extend the Apollo lead. Here comes the Atlanta Legends, baby. 3rd and 7. God damn, what was with the jump cut? It's as if they were destined to turn the football over. It's intercepted by Jamar Summers. 4th and goal, Salt Lake would hand a ball to Joel Bonio, and just when he thought he got into the end zone, they were participating in the Frank Costanza Challenge, cuz
I stopped short.
Upon further review, we were caught in some sort of genjutsu. It was coming from the Arizona sideline. I think it was coming from the kicker. That's a touchdown, baby. Give him the points. And on the 2-point conversion, Josh Woodrum rolling towards his right would find DeMornay Pearson to give the Arizona Hotshots 2 for their mistakes. Meanwhile, in America's Peninsula, Zach Mettenberger takes the snap, looking towards his left. He's got Garrard, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, who'd go into the end zone for the express touchdown. And on the 2-point conversion, Mettenberger would take out the Uno cards and tell the Apollos 2 for your mistakes as they would cut their deficit to 4. Mike Singletary says, why didn't we start that motherfucker from the beginning? Back to Atlanta we go. Trent Richardson has already exposed his left testicle. He exposed his right testicle. And now his entire nutsack is being rubbed all over the Atlanta Legends defense as he'd go into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown on the day. With the game out of reach, it appears Atlanta has taken a 3-year-old receipt to the sperm bank because they're looking for a comeback somehow. As Matt Sims would find Monte Crockett in the back of the end zone participating in the 10 toes down challenge for a 23-yard touchdown. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but Nick Folk just made 3 consecutive field goals, but did that help Arizona come back and win? Absolutely not! You want to know why? Because Nick Folk, you missed the first field goal, thus lowering the spirits of your team. Put your motherfucking head back down, you goddamn bum! Atlanta would attempt the very first onside conversion in AAF history, and they would convert. But did this help Atlanta come back and win, though? Absolutely not, because when you play in Atlanta, your team is already all Memphis needed on this drive was 1 stop, but the Orlando Apollos ran express all over their defense, and that would seal the win for the Memphis Express, Arizona Hotshots, Atlanta Legends, and San Antonio Commanders. Take out your Metro cards and get aboard the L train. Why aren't you following me? Why haven't you subscribed already? You don't hear this shit? I'm hilarious.
What the hell wrong with them? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with it? So what's on?
Big dummy! Nancy! Hold my nuggets. Suck my dick!